officer who became something of a hero on the anti-vax right after he was fired from his job last October for refusing to get vaccinated. LeMay gained particular notoriety for his rather crude send-off to Washington's Democratic Governor Jay Inslee.
This is my final sign-off after 22 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, being asked to leave because I am dirty. This is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car, and Jay Inslee can kiss my ass.
In addition,
vaccine rhetoric that he delivered, not just dangerous for others, but for himself too. On Friday, the chief of the Washington State Patrol issued a statement expressing his deep sadness over the tragic death of retired trooper Robert LeMay, who was only 50 years old, and he had 4 kids. While the agency did not give a cause, multiple reports say he'd been hospitalized with COVID. It was only a few short months ago that Fox's Laura Ingraham was hailing LeMay for shunning the vaccine.
I think there's 2 million people that have actually viewed it. It's been 99% positive from everybody. I think this is my path right now.
I'm a sleeping giant. Yeah, we may be a sleeping giant. So we hope that that's what's happened here.
The only giant, and I wouldn't dare call it a sleeping one, was the coronavirus, waiting to pounce on the unvaccinated likes of LeMay. The only thing shown to slow its march so far are the hugely effective COVID vaccines. Shamefully, cynically, Fox hosts like Ingraham refuse to say whether they themselves have gotten vaccinated, yet they still praise and even encourage Americans who decide not to get a life-saving and safe vaccine in the middle of a global pandemic. Her audience of 3 million viewers cheer them on. Question: how many people will continue to die because they watch Fox News? And how many unsuspecting children will continue to lose their parents because of it? LeMay, I remind you, was a father of 4. The Financial Times reported on Friday that if the US had matched the vaccination coverage of European countries like Denmark, COVID hospitalizations here would have been cut in half. In half. And who wants to tell the next car accident victim or stroke sufferer who can't get an ICU bed that refusing the vaccine is merely a personal choice? It's not. It's reckless, it's irresponsible, it's dangerous to you and to others. In just the last 11 days, not even a fortnight, the US has had more deaths from COVID than it has seen people murdered in any year in this country ever. And last year, COVID was again the leading cause of death among police officers. Robert LeMay chose not to get vaccinated. God will provide, he said. You put it in his hands and he'll take care of you. I can't help but be reminded of the parable of the man who decided to ride out a major storm at home. He began praying to God to save him as soon as the water started rising. Soon a neighbor came by and urged him to leave, offering him a ride in his truck. That's okay, the man answered. God will save me. So the neighbor drove off in his truck without him, and the man continued to pray. As the flood waters kept rising, he climbed up to his rooftop. Soon a boat came along with people in it. Heading to higher ground, they yelled to the man to join them, to grab their rope, get on board, so they could take him with them. No thanks, he said. God will save me. They all shook their heads and moved on. The man continued to pray for a miracle. Later, a helicopter flew by. It used its loudspeaker to offer to lower a ladder so the man could climb up off the roof and fly away to safety. He waved the helicopter away. He was going to wait for God to save him. The helicopter left. The floodwaters kept rising, and the man drowned. When he reached heaven, he asked God, "Why didn't you save me? I had faith in you. I prayed to you with all my heart, but you let me drown." And God replied, "Who do you think sent the truck and the boat and the helicopter?" Look, I'm a believer. And in this plague that is the COVID-19 pandemic, I believe the vaccines are miracles. They are the truck and the boat and the helicopter. Sure, in this country, an individual can certainly make the choice not to take the vaccines. Even the brilliant jurists of the Supreme Court's conservative supermajority rule that to be the case. But based on the clear science and the horrendous rate of deaths among the unvaccinated, anyone who refuses the vaccines, whether egged on by Fox or not, probably shouldn't expect a different miracle to come along and save them.